Have you ever built a life that looked perfect from the outside, but felt empty on the inside? Yeah, me too. You do the things you're supposed to do. You build the life, the career, the family, and you show up with the smile. But underneath it all, there's this quiet ache, a sense that maybe, just maybe, this isn't all there is. That ache brought me here, and maybe it brought you here too. Welcome to Tevahri. Tevahri is a space for the ones who've lived through the fire and are still here standing. Not polished, not perfect, but honest, brave, becoming. You see, before my alcoholism, I was already performing. I had the businesses, the luxury cars, the big house, the boats, the RVs, and the smile. However, underneath it all was insecurity, imposter syndrome, and a deep gnawing belief that I wasn't good enough, or just enough at all. The confidence I had was fake. I wore it like a designer jacket, expensive, uncomfortable, and never really mine. I stuffed my pain, my emotions, my trauma into some internal junk drawer and convinced myself that success meant silence. But here's the truth. You can only carry buried trauma for so long. Eventually, it starts leaking through your smile. Addiction didn't break me. However, it exposed me. It peeled back the mask I'd worn for years and threw me into full view. I felt like a fish in a punch bowl, flailing, exposed, unrecognizable, even to myself. That collapse, it wasn't failure. It was the invitation to finally stop performing and start healing and live authentically. Tevahri wasn't a business idea. It was a becoming, a space I built from the ashes for me and for anyone else who's tired of pretending they're okay. It's where truth lives, where healing and hustle don't compete, they collaborate. Where your story isn't shameful, it's sacred. So what do we do here? We offer guidance, coaching, and community for people ready to stop shrinking and start showing up fully, boldly, and with purpose. You'll find tools like Stuck to Unstoppable, a clarity building workbook to help you move from surviving to rising. And if you're tangled in mental noise, grab Overcoming Limiting Beliefs, your inner script rewrite. Because what keeps us stuck usually isn't outside of us. It's the quiet belief that we're not worthy of more. You don't have to be perfect to rise. You don't have to wait for the shame to disappear. You just need to get honest. And maybe, for the first time ever, let yourself be seen. Here at Tevahri, we don't rise by becoming someone new. We rise by becoming who we truly are. Not the version who's been performing to keep it together. Not the version who's been hiding to survive. But the real you, the one who's been waiting to exhale, to speak up and finally be free. This isn't the end of your story. It's the moment you start writing the truest chapter yet. If this message spoke to you, here's what I want you to do next. Download the free Stuck to Unstoppable and Overcoming Limiting Beliefs workbooks. They're powerful, printable, and completely yours for free. If you will, subscribe to this channel. More real talk, tools, and healing are on the way, and I don't want you to miss a thing. Also, if you will, drop a comment below. What part of yourself are you done hiding? I'd love to hear your story. This is Tevahri, and this, it's just the beginning.